challenging aspect of it, and what was the most exhilarating aspect of it? And you did, before we start that, how do you feel about your time and how you had prepared versus how it played out?
I'll go first. I finished a little bit under where I predicted, and I would have done better if I hadn't had to walk so much the last 6 miles. But hey, that's the game. I started cramping up a little bit. What was probably the most challenging part of the race was Queensboro Bridge. That was pretty difficult, and that kind of blew out my quads quite a bit. But as far as the most exhilarating part, I think it was kind of like rounding the corner toward the finish line when they had the band playing very loudly, and it was Born to Run, which was great. It was just a really great spirited environment in the park, and there were a lot of great spots all along the way. But in terms of being exhilarated when you know you're about to finish, and it's just kind of all those good feelings and cheer bringing you home, that was great.
That's great. And how about for you, Kim?
For me, the most challenging would be the heat, humidity, and elevation. I don't train on bridges back home, and as you know, the New York Marathon has 5, and that was a bit difficult. And the heat, it was about 70 degrees when we were running, which is unusual in November. And it was also, I think the humidity was like 85%, which is hard for me. I do my best in like low 50s, upper 40s, so that was a bit of a challenge. But I absolutely loved the crowd support. New York City is great. There were people lined on both sides of the street the entire time, high-fiving, cheering, yelling, just doing everything they could to keep us motivated to help us run our best race. So I am grateful for that, and I loved every minute of that. I ran a 350, which is not a PR for me, but I'm very happy with my time, just considering the course and the race conditions. So all in all, it was a really, really great day.
That's really good. And what would you say to somebody who might be, you two are used to, challenging yourselves with this kind of endeavor, and, some people may be thinking about it. What would you encourage them? And also, I don't know, I was particularly moved by so many people who had real challenges, health challenges, physical challenges that were out there. What are your thoughts about all those things?
I would encourage anyone who has a notion to try it to definitely give it a whirl, especially if you are in this area and maybe you've witnessed it or cheered someone else on. It is a great race. I've run Chicago and Detroit. The last one was 14 years ago, so it's been a minute, and those were both wonderful, but boy oh boy, the support that you would get here is really terrific. And so yeah, go for it. The training is hard, but it is very rewarding, and it's quite an accomplishment. So I definitely would, like I said, you have to want to do it. You can't be sort of bullied into it. It has to be something you really want to do, and I would encourage anyone to try it.
And I agree with Kathleen. I encourage you to maybe come out and cheer people on to kind of see what it's like. And I think if you feel the energy of the runners and of the crowd, it would definitely be something that would help encourage you to want to do it. Choose a training plan, set a goal, and accomplish it.
And I will add on to that, you might see someone who you would think has no business running a marathon that would inspire you to say, oh, well, if someone who looks like that or has that challenge can do it, like, I certainly can do it. That's, in fact, why I got started when I went to cheer someone on the Chicago Marathon the year before I did it, and I saw all sorts of humanity running this race, and I thought, well, if those folks can do that, I certainly can. So that's another good reason to kind of check it out.